Hey, good evening, everyone. Dave Wilson of Results Staffing and Social Media. Hey, tonight I wanted to talk to you real quick about, I've talked about video resumes for the candidates, but tonight I want to talk to you about why it's important for, the client also. If you're a staffing agency, if you're a corporation and you're hiring and you utilize the video resume. I'm a licensed rep for New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So if you are interested in video resumes, please reach out to me. We can set up a live demo. I'll walk you through it, give you a 2-week trial basis. Then we'll retouch. That was my sales. Hey, Tuvia, how you doing, sir? There's the main male. Good evening, boss. So this is kind of a little bit opposite for you for why as an employer that it would be good. Hey, there's Victim Seth. There he is. Hey, Vic, how'd you know I was going to be talking about video resumes tonight? How did you know that? This is the CEO of Victim Seth of Duck and Owl, which I wanted to talk to you about. So some of the reasons why I take it seriously about the video resumes as an employer is some of these reasons I'm going to go through with you. Is one of them, it uses skills to test verify your proficiency. So your online skill assessments, all right? So you request directly to the candidates to email them to allow them to take a test. So at Duck and Owl, they provide over 250 tests, skill tests, all right? So you can send that with you. And pay attention to this right here is what I like is, look at this. Now everybody's coming on the show. We got Steve, everybody, and whoo. So let me get back to this. I start looking at all these people's names, and you can fight conscious and unconscious bias. You hire the most qualified candidate based on concrete evidence with the skill assessments, provide quantitative data to make an interview and hiring decisions more legally defensible. So think about that. If you're an employer and a staffing agency, is hire the most qualified candidate based on concrete evidence. And your hiring decisions more legally defensible, because that's where it puts you at. You are seeing everything that the candidate has proven. Oh, they're all saying hello to everybody. The next one is the avoid proxy interview situations. The AI proctoring ensures, I got to get this right, Vic, ensures that the candidate you hire is one taking the assessment. So get this, to ensure that you are taking the test, the candidate, we employ proxy prevention technology that captures random photos and tracks screen behavior of the candidate. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Think about it. As an employer, if I'm sending a test, skill assessment to you, and you're at home, you're doing the test, what happens is while you're doing a skill assessment, it'll take a screenshot. Okay, so this way you're actually know who's doing the test. Now you say why? There he is, an AI proctor. Thanks, Vic. This will help. So think about that. That's an important part because it's gonna bring that candidate that's really qualified to you, the actual person. Because let's face it, remember back in school, hey, take my test for me. You're not going to do that here. So again, this is the reason why you want to use Duck and Owl's platform right here for that. So the next thing, easy to use. The recruiter, hiring manager, you assign the test for the candidate's technical skills. They all have time limits. All right. So think about that. Time limits. You're not going to just do the test and take 30 minutes to do it. It's timed with a link to the requested test. The recruiter and the hiring manager will view the test results and pictures and the screen behavior of the candidate to share the results with the other team members. So think about that. If you've taken the test, everybody can share that within your team. Hey, Tim, how you doing? There's Tim. Well, we got them all on tonight. So think about that. You can share the video resume with your team and the test results. That's what I like about that. It's because it's not just the hiring manager's decision. Share it amongst each other. All right. The next one that I like is creating the key features. If you do this right, and Vic will tell you, it's only taken me a couple months to do this. But if you really create your own custom test, all right, and technical test, they will assure that one, taking the assessment to avoid bait and switch scenarios. All right, Vic, that's almost the same that I just read. You can tell this is live. It's been a long day. This is what I really want employers to know is EEO compliance. Duck and Owl makes it optional for candidates to declare self-identifying data and disability information to make it compliant. And so if you look at that, that's really putting everything in legal aspects because they also are SOC 2 compliance. And what that is the internal policies of procedures, security, data, integrity, processing and availability, confidential information storage. They also, they talk about a lot about the safe and protected at all times of reassuring you, the clients, of the commitment of the full data protection. I know this is a little bit of a different subject tonight, but this is for companies why you would want to utilize it. So, and also when they sign on to the platform, they're consenting before they participate. So that's important, what I like about that, all right? This one, the ADA compliance. They abide by the Americans with Disabilities Act for specifically prohibits discrimination on the basis of disability and the activities of public accommodations. Employers have to offer customized and accessible setups for individuals with disabilities. So at Duck and Owl, even ourselves, is considerate towards any special arrangements that are required by differently abled candidates and support their requirements. So that's just another part of what I like about behind the scenes as an employer because of being compliance for the ADA, for American Disabilities Act. And like I said, you have the SOC 2 compliance, the data privacy complaints you have. I'm sorry, there we go. And this comes the fun part. What I like about it is when I take that test, the time that it saves you, I'm going to give you an example. Like today, I have an HVAC technician, okay? He wants to try to branch out into a different field, okay? So we worked on the questions for his interview for the video resume. And that lets that candidate take a spot for like 2 minutes and really discuss what he wants. Because when you're looking at his resume and you look at here, what he's saying, he can actually, you can understand it a little bit better. Because if, for example, if he doesn't want to work in the field anymore, he's been in the business for 20 years, he doesn't want to drive, he doesn't want to go out, he wants to work in the office, he wants to do different things within the company. This gives him the opportunity to say that prior. So if you understand that, that's going to save you time as a recruiter is you can just sit back and you're like, because you've looked at resumes before, right? And you've said, oh, look, he's been an HVAC technician, all this for years and years. Now he wants to do something different. He wants to reinvent himself. I hear that a lot. And Vic, that's a big thing. A lot of people and everybody that's on here want to reinvent themselves. I've heard it 2 times today. And what a perfect way to put that person in by saying they're a perfect candidate for a video resume. Because how many times have you looked through, and Steve, you know what I'm saying, the two of you, you're looking, is he a good fit? She or is the candidate, But then if you listen to what they say, that's the best thing. Then you say, okay. And then you look at his skills. Because, Vic, I got myself a winner for tomorrow. So once you get that all together, now you're sending it to the the client, right? You're sending it out to them. And again, they share it amongst everybody. They know who it is. They understand every single thing. And what I like about is the insights with it. Let's do, say, for example, for like a discrimination, conscious, unbiased, everything. If I was to send a company, right, 50 candidates, constantly sending them candidates, and let's just assume for discrimination, age, race, all of it, you can actually pull a report and you would be able to see. So it kind of protects you. And Vic, that's what I like about this, is because it protects the employer and the candidate. Both. It kind of, I like it because it balances you. It balances you out because you're held accountable, and so am I. And so am I, because if I show age discrimination, and if I hire younger candidates versus older, in a couple months, we could run a report and say, well, look, and this has nothing, this isn't what I'm saying here, a lot of the behind scenes. It doesn't have anything to do with, how do you want to say it? It protects you. Let's just say it that way. It protects both. Because with everything going on the way things are, discrimination, conscious, unconscious bias, testing, skills, soft skills, keywords. Do you see what I'm saying there? So one more thing I wanted to talk about on it is the keywords and the importance of it with your job when a recruiter puts it on. And Vic has taught me this numerous times. You designed all the keywords. What I like about it is you put in as many keywords. I believe you have to put one mandatory. So if you're looking for an accounts payable clerk, you're going to look for, say, 10 words. Then you're going to put, if you need a certain software, you want to put mandatory. And the reason, listen to this, is, and everybody knows me, how anxious I get if I don't get resumes. When you attach that to your job boards, right, with Ducking Out, with the video resume, and tomorrow when you wake up and you come back, right, this here, let me see if I have a photo of it here. Oh, that was wrong. Okay, I'm going to add this to it. Let me try it out. All right. This is the benefits of doing a live show. But what it does is the next day, the percentage, get this. So you could have a candidate come up to your portal. You'll get alerted. And if it shows 75%, right? You have a candidate there, 50%, 40%, 30%. You hit those keywords. So if those resumes, you're going to know it's going to reduce. It's going to take all the resumes that, you know how it is, where it fills your inbox, fills that inbox over and over. Like you just, it doesn't stop. Why are you applying for this job? You don't have the skills. But if you put it right, you might end up with only 4 candidates. And then you'll be able to say, wow, look at this. And it's worth it, let me tell you. Because if I tested it out myself. Vic, I tested it myself. I did a 0%. Now, it was for a sales position. So I had to open it up. I wanted to test it out. So I opened it up. The person didn't even know what he was applying for, the candidate. And it was nothing against the candidate, but what I wanted to see, those keywords weren't there. So he was applying for jobs that he had no skills for, the candidate. So that's the kind of protections. Again, I just want to say them again, is, you're creating your custom assessments. You're fighting conscious and unconscious bias, right? You're avoiding proxy interview situations, Ducking Out, EEO compliance, SEO C2 compliance, data privacy consent, ADA compliance. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. I know it was a little bit different. It was a little bit more quieter, but it's the educational side of the video resume behind the scenes. So again, if you're interested in it, reach out to me for New Jersey and PA. If not, I will direct you right to Mr. Vikram Seth right there, and we'll take care of you. And I look forward to working with everybody. Have a great night, and still got some sales to do tonight. So talk to everybody soon.